Me 32, software developer, pulling down a solid paycheck, definitely not a Chad, but I'm not some basement troll either. 5'11, average build, been consistent at the gym for about a year now. Starting to see some results, finally, after literal months of getting ignored or straight up rejected. I match with this amazing girl on Tinder. Her name is Sarah. She's 29, works in marketing, sounds like a decent career. The crazy thing? She's genuinely cute. Not just that misleading dating app cute where the lighting and angles hide reality. Solid 8'10, maybe even a 9 on a good day. Wavy brown hair, those killer green eyes, fit, but not like a terrifying Instagram model. Conversation is surprisingly easy. We click right away. She actually laughs at my stupid niche references and my terrible jokes. My face when she suggested we meet up first. Unprecedented behavior, immediately assume I'm going to be stood up. Or maybe it's a catfish because that's just how my life usually goes. We meet at a little local coffee shop downtown. She shows up exactly on time and looks just like her photos. I must be hallucinating. End up having a fantastic, genuine conversation that lasts a full 2 hours. Then she drops the bomb. She suggests grabbing dinner later that same week. Holy crap. A second date is scheduled before the first one even officially ended. Sprint home and do a ridiculous victory dance in my apartment living room. My roommate Mike probably thinks I've finally cracked up and lost it. The second date was somehow even better than the first. Third date. She invites me back to her apartment for a real, home-cooked meal. Dude can actually cook. This is a huge bonus. Way better than my ex, Madison, who considered nuking something in the microwave gourmet. Things move forward naturally over the next few weeks. No drama. We make it official after a month. Boyfriend and girlfriend, tell all my friends and the family. My mom is already picking out colors for the wedding invitations. Naturally, everything is going great for the first time in my pathetic existence. She meets my friends. They all instantly approve. She meets the parents. They totally adore her. 6 months in, the relationship is still rock solid. No major fights. Communication is great. Everything feels genuinely perfect now. Her best friend's birthday party is coming up. She's been talking about it forever. Finally going to meet her social circle. She's already met all of mine. Feel a mix of excited and nervous. I want to make a good impression. Drop some cash on a new outfit for the occasion. Even got a fresh haircut the day before. Sarah picks me up looking stunning as always. Notice she seems a bit quiet, maybe slightly distant. In the car, ask her if she's all right. She says, "Yeah, just a little nervous about you meeting everyone." I tell her I get it. I'm nervous too. Totally understandable. We arrive at this super fancy rooftop bar downtown. The place is absolutely packed with people in expensive clothes. Sarah spots her group right away, grabs my hand, and leads me over. There are about 6 people, all hugging and greeting her loudly. I stand there like an idiot, just waiting to be introduced. Sarah finally turns to the group, smiling wide. "Everyone, this is John, my friend." Record scratch sound effect plays in my head. Friend? 6 months of dating? Dozens of dates, declarations of love, meeting my whole damn family, and I'm a friend? Try really hard not to look visibly confused. Maybe she's just super nervous, I tell myself. First guy who introduces himself as Kyle asks, "So, how do you know Sarah?" Before I can answer, Sarah jumps in fast. "We actually met on Tinder a while back. He's really cool. Still doesn't correct the friend title. That's weird, but I decide to let it go for now. As the night goes on, more friends show up. Same exact introduction every single time. This is John, my friend. Sarah is definitely getting progressively drunker. I decide to stay sober because this whole situation is starting to feel seriously wrong. Notice she's being extremely flirty and hands-on with one guy in particular, a very Chad-looking dude named Brett. Probably an investment banker or some other crap job. She keeps touching his arm when she laughs, standing closer to him than necessary. My stomach is sinking lower with every single interaction I witness. Try to join a few conversations, but feel like a complete and utter outsider. Sarah is barely acknowledging my existence anymore. Brett finally turns to me and asks how long I've known Sarah. About 6 months now, I reply clearly. Brett raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, so you're the Tinder guy she's been hanging out with. The way he said it makes it completely obvious what he thinks. Just a casual hookup thing. Nothing serious at all. Sarah says nothing to correct him. Instead, she just smoothly changes the subject completely. I head to the bathroom to try and calm down and collect my shattered thoughts. Check my phone. See several texts from my mom asking how the meeting with Sarah's friends is going. Pain, JPEG, walk back out and find Sarah and Brett deep in conversation in the corner. Her hand is resting right on his chest, laughing at whatever stupid joke he just made. I approach them, making sure my voice is loud. Everything okay, babe? I use the term of endearment deliberately. I need a reaction. Brett looks totally confused. Sarah looks seriously annoyed. Yeah, we're just catching up, right, Brett? She says quickly. Brett nods, then gives me a strange look. I didn't realize you two were, together. Sarah laughs that nervous, fake laugh. Oh, we're not, super serious or anything. What the actual hell? We were literally discussing moving in together last week. I feel like I'm stuck in the Twilight Zone. Sarah, can I talk to you for a minute? Privately? She rolls her eyes hard, but follows me to a quieter spot near the window. What is going on? Why are you introducing me as your friend? She sighs, acting like I'm the one being completely dramatic. I just didn't want to make things weird, okay? Weird how? We have been dating exclusively for 6 months. Yeah, but these are my work friends and old college friends. I just don't want them in my business yet. Your business? I'm your boyfriend. I'm not some secret you have to keep. She looks genuinely uncomfortable now. Look, Brett and I have a history, okay? It's complicated. There it is. The classic line. What kind of history, Sarah? We dated for 2 years in college. We broke up when he moved for his job. And you didn't think to mention this before bringing me here? It wasn't relevant until now. It seems pretty relevant when you introduce your 6-month boyfriend as a friend just to avoid awkwardness with your ex. She gets really defensive. You are totally overreacting. It is not a big deal. If it's not a big deal, then go tell them right now that I'm your boyfriend. Her face says absolutely everything. She won't do it. That's all the confirmation I needed. I am completely done. I'm calling an Uber. Enjoy catching up with Brett. She grabs my arm hard. Don't be like this. Just stay. Have fun. I'm not interested in being your dirty little secret. I pull away and head straight for the elevator. She doesn't follow me. The Uber arrives. I get in, feeling like the biggest idiot on the planet. The driver asked me if I'm okay because I clearly look like death. Just found out I've been dating someone who's ashamed of me. I tell him honestly. The driver nods slowly. Been there, man. Want to stop for some tacos? Sounds like you need tacos. The Uber driver, who I now mentally call a prophet, totally gets it. I immediately agree to the taco detour. Priorities, man. My phone is absolutely blowing up with texts from Sarah. They're not apologies, though. It's all, you're embarrassing me, and why are you being so sensitive? Not a single I'm sorry or please come back. She's mad I ruined her night, not sorry about how I felt. I ignore all the messages. Radio silence achieved. Finally get home with a bag of excellent greasy tacos. My roommate Mike is surprised to see me back so early. Explain the entire dumpster fire situation while absolutely inhaling my tacos. Mike just shakes his head. That's seriously messed up, bro. Decide to go dark for the rest of the night. Sleep is needed. Wake up the next morning to 32 missed calls and a flood of panicked texts. Sarah is now apologizing profusely, claims she was way too drunk. Says Brett means nothing. Says she was just nervous about labels. Too little, too late for that noise. I text her back just two things. We need to talk. In person. We agree to meet at the same little coffee shop where we had our first amazing date. A little bit of poetic justice, I guess. She's already there when I arrive, and she looks genuinely terrible. Disheveled. Good. I hope she didn't sleep a wink. I sit down across from her without ordering anything. No small talk. I've been thinking about last night, I start. She immediately jumps in with her practiced apologies, but I hold up my hand and let her finish her rehearsed speech. Here's the thing, Sarah, I say when she's done. For 6 months, I thought we were building something real together. She cuts in, We are. No, we clearly weren't, I counter. Because people who are building something real don't have to hide each other. She starts tearing up. Cue the waterworks. Classic move. I was confused. Brett showing up unexpectedly totally threw me off. She sobs. He didn't show up unexpectedly, Sarah. You knew he'd be there, I state. She can't argue with that fact. Were you trying to make him jealous, or were you actually keeping your options open just in case? She gets flustered. Neither. I just wasn't sure how serious we were. Now it's my turn to laugh. A hollow, cynical sound. Sarah, we literally discussed moving in together last week. She looks down, defeated. I know, but seeing Brett again made me realize I might have unresolved feelings. And there it is. The truth finally out in the open. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up before I signed a lease with you. I stand up to leave. This conversation is over. Wait, please, I choose you, not him, she pleads. No, you chose him the moment you called me your friend, I say calmly. I'm just acknowledging your choice now. I walk out and feel weirdly, wonderfully calm. She follows me outside. So that's it? 6 months and you're just done? I turn back to her one last time. Let me ask you something. If Brett hadn't been there last night, would you have introduced me as your boyfriend? Her hesitation is all the answer I need. A long, painful pause. Goodbye, Sarah. Block her number before I even reach my car. Zero hesitation. Drive home with the windows down, music blasting way too loud. Feels like a massive weight has been lifted off my shoulders. My face when 2 weeks later I see an Instagram post. It's of Sarah and Brett together looking cozy. The caption reads, Reconnecting with my soulmate. The location is tagged. The same stupid rooftop bar? I send the screenshot to Mike. His reply is instant. Dodged a bullet, dude. My face when a month later I match with Sarah's best friend on Tinder. She messages me first. No joke. Her opening line. Always thought you were too good for her. Life, man. It has a weird, twisted sense of humor. Might not be the happy ending yet, but at least I'm not anyone's secret friend anymore. Be Me 28, still John. Graphic designer at a mid-size advertising agency now, decent salary. Definitely not rich, but comfortable enough. Living in a modest one-bedroom downtown. It's fine. Driving a 2015 Honda Civic that makes these terrifying, strange noises. Sometimes dating scene has been absolutely brutal ever since the Sarah mess. Either matching with bots or getting ghosted right after the first date. Finally, I match with this girl named Alexis on Bumble. Solid 8.5 off of 10. Blonde hair, blue eyes, athletic build. Her bio says she's a struggling artist trying to make it in a cruel world. Profile pics are all taken in simple, basic locations. Nothing flashy or staged. One in a park, one at a coffee shop, one with a street cat. I dig it, seems genuinely down to earth compared to all the Instagram types. We chat for a whole week. She's actually smart and genuinely funny. Agree to meet for coffee at this cool local place. I show up 5 minutes early because anxiety is a persistent demon. She arrives right on time, wearing simple jeans and a thrift store sweater. No designer labels, minimal makeup, hair in a messy bun. My kind of girl, the conversation flows perfectly. Zero awkwardness, she tells me about her art. Even shows me pictures on her phone with a cracked screen. She's actually talented. Not that modern art nonsense where a 5-year-old could do better. Says she's barely making rent doing commission work, but she's super passionate about her craft. The coffee date turns into us walking around downtown, which then turns into grabbing dinner at a casual burger joint. I offer to pay since she mentioned being broke. She protests weakly, but accepts with real, genuine gratitude. I'll get it next time, I promise, she says. There's going to be a next time? Score. Walk her back to her car, a beaten-up 2008 Toyota Corolla. We kiss goodnight. Total fireworks. The whole cheesy rom-com package happened. Drive home grinning like a complete idiot. Second date is at the local art museum. Free admission on Thursdays. Smart girl, she's surprisingly knowledgeable about art history. Becoming more attractive by the minute. Third date. She comes to my place to cook dinner. She brings a bottle of cheap wine. Apologizes that it's all she could afford. No worries, I tell her. It's the company that matters. I actually mean it. We become official after just 2 weeks. We see each other constantly, and she always suggests budget-friendly dates. Hiking, picnics in the park, or just Netflix at my place. Whenever we went out on dates, I always ended up paying. She was consistently grateful, always promising she'd make it up to me someday, which I appreciated. About 1 month in, she mentions that her apartment is a total mess. Roaches everywhere, and the landlord refuses to fix anything. I offer to help her look for a new place right away. She sighs dramatically, says everything in her budget is just as bad as where she is now. I invite her to stay at my place for a few days to escape the insect invasion. Those few days quickly stretch into a week. The week turns into me saying, hey, should we just officially move in together? I mean, she was already pretty much living here. It made sense, splitting the rent, even a small portion, would really help her financially, which I thought was the main goal. Plus, I was genuinely falling for Alexis, so why not take the next step? She moves in with almost nothing, just her clothes, her art supplies, and some personal items. She claims she had to sell most of her furniture just to pay her overdue bills. We settle into a nice domestic routine. I handle almost all the bills because I earn significantly more than she does. In return, she cooks incredible meals and keeps the apartment spotless. Seemed like a fair trade-off to me. 3 months into the relationship, I start noticing little red flags. She constantly forgets her wallet when we go out to eat. Her art commissions never seem to pay on time, always an excuse. She constantly has a reason why she can't contribute to the rent or utilities this month. But she's so loving and attentive, and we never fight about money, so I always let it slide. Then her cheap phone breaks. I step up and help her buy a new one. Her laptop dies. I help her finance a replacement. Her beat-up car needs serious, expensive repairs. I cover those too. I start feeling a real financial strain from covering everything, but I keep my mouth shut. Didn't want to seem like a jerk and nag her when she was clearly struggling. 4 months in, it's a Friday night. Alexis tells me she's meeting up with an old friend from art school. "Don't wait up, babe," she says. "We'll probably drink wine and catch up for hours." Perfect. That meant an opportunity for a guy's night. Text my buddies. They are immediately down for beers and wings. We head to this fancy new sports bar downtown that we've been meaning to check out. The place is absolutely packed. We have to wait 20 minutes for a table. Finally get seated in a back corner booth. I'm ordering the first round of beers when I spot a familiar blonde head across the restaurant. It's Alexis, but she's definitely not with a single female friend. She's with a group of 4 or 5 incredibly well-dressed women. They are all sipping expensive cocktails, wearing genuine designer clothes, including Alexis. What the actual hell is going on? Alexis is wearing an outfit I've never seen and carrying a Gucci bag. A Gucci bag I most certainly did not buy for her. Diamonds sparkle in her ears that are definitely not the cheap studs she usually wears. She's laughing, taking loud, happy selfies with the group. One of her friends hands her a credit card, which Alexis then hands to the waiter. "Put it all on here," she says casually, like dropping hundreds of dollars is no big deal. These friends are clearly not struggling artists. I duck down fast before she can see me. Tell my friends, Mike and Ethan, that I need to investigate. They are immediately intrigued and follow my gaze. "Isn't that your girlfriend?" Mike whispers. I nod silently. "Alexis?" Ethan asks. "And isn't she supposed to be broke?" Another silent nod from me. Mike looks disgusted. "Dude, you are being played." "Already figured that out. Thanks for the input. My friends suggest we confront her immediately." I decline. I want more intel. I want to know the scope of the deception. We change table to one with better cover and a view. I watch as Alexis and her crew order bottle service. They pop champagne like they're celebrating a lottery win. Alexis keeps checking an expensive-looking watch on her wrist repeatedly. She seems to be waiting for someone. That someone arrives about 30 minutes later. A tall guy in a perfectly tailored suit. Alexis jumps up, gives him an enthusiastic hug, and introduces him to her friends. He sits next to her and immediately puts his arm around her waist. My stomach officially drops through the floor. My friends are ready to cause a scene on my behalf, but I calm them down. I tell them I'll handle it myself. I discreetly take a few pictures for evidence, just in case. I decide to leave before I do something totally stupid that I'll regret. My friends drive me home. I'm too angry to be behind the wheel. I immediately start searching the apartment while waiting for Alexis to return. Find a collection of hidden designer clothes in the back of the closet, wrapped up. Find a second phone, fully charged, hidden deep in her art supply box. Find bank statements showing an account balance of over $40,000. Discover her art website is actually active and successful. She's selling pieces for thousands of dollars, not the hundreds she told me. Find a travel itinerary for an upcoming gallery showing in Miami, first-class tickets. A luxury hotel, all paid for by her. My name is nowhere on the itinerary. Everything was a lie. She wasn't struggling at all. She was simply using me for security and to cover her basic costs. I wait up for her, whiskey in hand. She finally returns around 1 a.m., already changed back into her poor artist clothes. The designer outfit is gone. The Gucci bag is replaced with a canvas tote. The diamonds are replaced with the cheap metal studs. She stops dead when she sees me still awake. "Oh, hey, babe. Thought you'd be sleeping," she says, trying to sound innocent. "I had a pretty interesting night," I reply calmly. "Oh, what did you do?" "Went to that new sports bar downtown," I tell her, watching her face. "You know, the one by the art gallery? Had a fantastic view of the whole restaurant from our table." The color completely drains from her face. Total panic. "I can explain," she stutters. "Please do," I demand. "Explain the Gucci bag, explain the diamonds, explain the guy." She starts crying immediately. Classic manipulation tactic in motion. "It's not what you think." "Really?" "Because I think you've been lying to me for months," I tell her, not moving an inch. I throw the bank statements onto the coffee table. "I think you've been pretending to be broke so I'd pay for everything." I throw the travel itinerary on top of the pile. "I think you have another life you haven't told me about." I grab the second hidden phone and hold it up. "And I think you might actually have another boyfriend, too," I state clearly. Alexis instantly switches from fake crying to pure righteous anger. "You went through my things. How dare you invade my privacy?" she screams. Typical deflection. I don't flinch. "How dare?" I fire back. "How dare you live in my apartment rent-free under completely false pretenses for months?" She realizes the guilt trip won't work on me anymore. She tries a new angle. "Okay, fine. I have money. Is that such a crime?" "The crime is lying about it specifically to manipulate me into paying for everything." "I wasn't manipulating you. I was testing you," she snaps. "Oh, great. That tired old excuse. Testing what exactly?" "Testing if you liked me for me, or for my money." I can't help but laugh right in her face. It's ridiculous. That might work if you were the one who started with money. You deliberately pretended to be broke to see if I would financially take care of you. She has no logical argument against that. She stays silent. "What about the guy at the restaurant, the one with his arm around you?" "He's just a business associate. He's touchy. It doesn't mean anything." "And you needed to dress like $1 million and hide it from me because—" She sighs heavily. finally dropping the elaborate act. Fine, I like being taken care of, okay? I like it when guys pay for things. But you don't need anyone to take care of you. You're clearly doing just fine. It's not about need, she insists. It's about want. I want to feel provided for, even if it meant I had to lie to get it. And you were going to tell me this? When? After I worked myself into the bone covering all your fictional expenses? She actually has the audacity to roll her eyes at me. You're being dramatic. It's not like you couldn't afford it. That's the absolute last straw. I'm done. Pack your stuff and get out, now. What? You can't be serious, she cries. Deadly serious. We are finished. Where am I supposed to go at 1 a.m.? To your actual apartment, I challenge her. The one without roaches that you're still paying rent on, right? Her shocked, panicked face confirms my suspicion immediately. Or maybe, I continue, to your business associate with the wandering hands. She starts sobbing again, back to the manipulation. Please, John, I really do care about you. No, you care about what I can do for you. There's a difference. I'll change. I'll be honest from now on, I swear. It's too late for that. I want you gone by morning. She begs for another chance, but I don't fall for it this time. Eventually, she gives up and starts packing her stuff. It's amazing how quickly she locates all her hidden, expensive items and loads them up. She is out the door by 3 a.m. gone. The apartment feels empty, but somehow significantly lighter without her deception. The next morning, my phone is bombarded with texts and calls. I ignore all of them, block her number, block her social media. Total clean break. My friends check in. They're proud I stood my ground against her. 1 week later, I hear from a mutual acquaintance. Alexis has already moved on to a new target. Some finance bro driving a Tesla, apparently. Her new story is that she's a struggling photographer now. I laugh at the sheer, painful predictability of it all. Still stings a bit, though. My trust issues are at an all-time high. I delete all the dating apps. Decide to focus on my work, my friends, and my finances. 6 months later, still single, but I'm in a much better place, both financially and emotionally. I run into her one time at a coffee shop. She's with the finance bro. She pretends not to see me. Fine by me, honestly. Lesson learned. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Especially if she conveniently forgets her wallet every single time. Go home that night still feeling a little bitter about the whole situation. Open an incognito browser on my laptop. Find my favorite hentai site. Beat meat furiously to animated cat girls. At least the 2D women are honest about being a fantasy.